What is going on, guys? Anger Collections in the house for another video. All right, so very early Tuesday today. What's going on? Good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are. What's going on? So today, I really want to make this video now because yeah, grading magic cards, man. So MTG Goldfish made a video. I think this is their very recent video, and it's not even about grading cards. It's something else. But like every time I like do shipping, every time I do like sorting, I would put like a long video, and MPG Goldfish does the whole hour video. So I clicked on it. I think it's like about like legacy on the thumbnail, so I wasn't really sure, but oh well. And then there's a segment over there. They talked about Magic the Gathering grading, slabbing Magic the Gathering, right? And you guys know I've been talking about this as I'm gonna start this new wave of grading Magic cards, and it's not really talked about a lot. It's maybe there are some people out there, but we can't see like on the videos. No one's really paying attention. There's really nothing. It's all about just reserve list, sealed magic, and that's about it. But grading magic cards, so they started. Saffron started asking question about, is this like a new thing? What's the purpose of it? What's the is there like gonna be this is the new wave of modern magic? Because like I said, there's a lot of new players out there. There's a lot of new collectors out there, and it's not just all the 30, 40, 50-year olds that are like still collecting old magic. There are a lot of new players from everywhere, from universes beyond. So what's crazy is I went to Reddit, and there's a post over there regarding grading magic, right? So he was asking, so I think he opened a Strixhaven Japanese alternate art demonic tutor. Very beautiful card. Yeah, insane art. I think it's one of the, if not the top card that you can pull on that set, right? So he opened it, and then he started asking. He posted on Reddit. He said that, should I grade it, right? Should I grade this card? And wow, talk about like freaking wow! All of a sudden, like grading cards, man. I think we're gonna start doing this, man. And yeah, I mean, I went through the comments, right? And first of all, the whole concept about grading magic cards, right? I know I've talked about this multiple times already, that I wasn't a big fan of grading magic cards. I'm like, what's the point, right? Because people play magic cards, people play, like in sleeves, and like, what's the point of like grading it, right? So yeah, I mean, I'm like, I'm in that boat. But the thing is, Magic is evolving. Magic customer player base is evolving, and I think WotC is trying to get into how Pokemon is. And I read a lot of the comments from that Reddit post, and it's crazy, man. It's crazy. We're gonna read it. We're gonna read it because it's very interesting, and it's something like comments that I would say back then, right? But here you go. I just want to like read just a couple of them. Somebody says there, no, don't grade your cards. You cut your potential buyers by minimum 70%. So it's interesting how it immediately, like, so the guy was just asking, should I grade it, right? And then immediately one of the comments was like, buyers, like you cut your potential buyers by 70%. So it's very interesting. I was like, he didn't even say about selling the card, you know, just the fact that we all know about like what's happening with Pokemon, right? I mean, more collectors in Pokemon than players. So in Magic, it's the opposite. There's more players than collectors, but that might change. We don't know, So it's like it's immediate, like, oh, you cut your potential buyers. But the guy said he didn't even like, I guess, mention anything about selling the card, right? He just opened it, and yeah, it's crazy, right? And then there's another comment over here. You should pretty much only grade serialized cards and super expensive cards on the reserve list. This card is super rare and beautiful, but I don't think grading it would accomplish anything. The last part is just grading it would not. What was it? I don't think grading it would accomplish anything. It's like, why would you grade it? It's like it's gonna do nothing, right? It's gonna do nothing. That's basically what he's saying. And then the fact that only grade serialized cards and super expensive cards on the reserve list. So, like I said, this is the same exact words I will be saying, back then, man. But the last part, you saying like graded, I don't think grading it would accomplish anything. I mean, it could accomplish something, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sports cards, they're grading cards over there. Pokemon, they're grading cards. Yu-Gi-Oh, they're grading cards over there. I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh, there's a lot of players too. And in Pokemon, there's some players too, but it's not like, nothing like crazy like Magic, right? So this is, I'm telling you, man. And then here's another one. I mean, it's not gonna increase in value. In a lot of cases, it will actually decrease, but it would look effing sick. So either you sell it as is or you grade it to have a cool collector piece. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Another comment about the value of the cards, man. Will actually decrease. But the thing is, the last part, he's definitely right about this last part, and this is why a lot of Pokemon is like grading their cards, grading their favorite Pokemon, favorite art. I don't know, because it would look sick. It will definitely look sick, preserving that whatever mint or whatever art or a signed card, right? It will look sick, uh, and to have a cool collector piece. So that's a very interesting last part on the comment. So we'll go for more. And then there's another one. God no. Why would you even get a magic card graded that isn't from the early 90s? I personally think all grading is a scam, right? But at least with the old stuff, it adds a decent amount of value. Again, value value again, man. Uh, with new cards, you might get a slight increase in value, but you're going to limit the number of people interested in buy so significantly. This is an active game with cards from all eras being used for play. Most players who buy this card do so to put it in the deck. Yeah, I mean, Demonic Shooter is heavily played in Commander, so I mean, I completely agree in that sentiment. The whole a scam thing. I mean, if it's a scam, I mean, sports cards, Pokemon, you and other TCGs, they do it. You know, uh, in a sense of like, value. Obviously, everyone's talking about value, right? And then also preserving the card itself, like the condition, like a collector piece, pretty much. And the whole, let's see, there's another one over here. I mean, it's not, no, write that down. Okay, so here's another comment right here. This is good. Magic isn't Pokemon unless it's good condition ABU, Alpha Beta Unlimited, or Four Horsemen stuff. You really shouldn't bother grading. Um, I mean, obviously, Magic is not Pokemon, right? But the thing is, in my opinion, Magic is better than Pokemon, and and in Magic, this is what's missing with Magic, right? I mean, yeah, we it's probably better just not grade anything, right? But why not, right? Why not? I mean, Pokemon does it. And if we all know that Magic is this one big, the number one TCG in the world, man, why can't Magic be the same collectability and more collectors like Pokemon? Why can't we have that? I mean, like everyone, literally everyone, and this is the same with me too before. Why can't everyone grade? Because people, yeah, just grade AVU cards, reserve list cards, cool piece, old cards, right? But the thing is, those were like back in the day. Those were the vintage stuff, which Pokemon, sports cards, they all have vintage cards. Everything have vintage cards. But people grade new stuff too, like on all of them, right? So this is a good comment right here. And then this is my favorite comment of all in that one, right? So basically, grade it if you want. There you go. The beautiful thing about this game is you can enjoy it however you want. Oh my God, there you go. He said it. Some people on here have said if it's not Urza or older, or if it's not Power 9, or if it's modern, it's not worth it, right? I mean, that's kind of like the sentiment, right? And I mean, that might be like, true in some sense, because there's still, many players play these cards, and it's, if you grade them, it's going to be super hard to play with them, right? But at some point, all cards, there you go. At some point, all cards were at one time modern. So all of the old cards that we were talking about, all the vintage cards, Urza Saga, reservist cards, ABU cards, they were once like freaking old. I mean, modern cards. They were like the standard cards, and it's nothing like people are grading back in the day, right? So we never slap them because they have low value at that point. See, in my opinion, I would rather slap something while it's fresh out from the pack to keep it as pristine as possible. If you really want to play the card, just go find the cheapest version of it and play with that. There you go. Because all of the in Pokemon, all of the special cards, I think they have like a base version of them, and then they have those illustration. They have like those crazy, high valued Pokemon card, right? And that's what they grade. If you really want to play the card, blah blah blah, choose the version of it and play with that. I collect TCG because the collecting part brings me joy. I do have decks that I will play occasionally, but that doesn't bring me nearly as much enjoyment as getting a fresh card out of the pack that I've been trying to get sleeved and sending it for grading to add to the collection. It's your card, my man. Do with it as you will. There you go. I think that's the last comment. I took a picture. But yeah, those comments are from Reddit. And if you guys want to read more on that post, it's the guy that posted about his demonic tutor Strixhaven alternate art. I don't know if it's a foil or not, but yeah, it's beautiful art, man. Beautiful Japanese art, demonic tutor. And I I think, like I said, years ago, I definitely see the whole grading thing. It doesn't make sense, right? but the fact that WotC is really trying to move us into more of like um, more collecting cards rather than just playing. Like all of these cards have reprints. All of these cards have multiple versions, but they print these special cards in the collector boxes, right? Where people will be like, when they start opening it, I was like, wow, that looks really nice. That looks really nice. So yeah, I mean, the fact that MTG Goldfish made a video, or I guess a segment, they made a segment out of grading magic cards, right? Because Saffron was like asking about, what's the reason of grading? It doesn't make sense. A $5 rare sold on eBay, I guess Gem Mint 10 for like 60, $70. So he was trying to like see. I mean, if this is gonna be a thing, why this isn't like a popular thing, right? And should we just like open box and then just like grade, pretty much just send everything? That's what he was saying. It's a cool video to watch though. And then uh, the Codfather, right? He actually approves. He approves on the grading magic cards because, like he said, man, like he said that grading now, like I said, nowadays, it feels like it's changing. There's more people would like to open those collector boxes and hit the jackpot of, like, I don't know, the textured foil of something, right? And they want to keep it in their collection. They want to keep it like a cool piece, and there's no way you're just gonna put it in the sleeve. I mean, yeah, you can play it, but why play a very like unique card that is like so hard to pull, like a serialized cards, or even those textured, even those like glitter foils, all that stuff. Why why play those when you can just like play a regular version, you know so that you can shuffle, right? So people are starting, I mean, there's eBay sold listings, right? People are starting to grade some of it, not all, not literally like every card, just grade a freaking blood forge battle axe, right? And you're not gonna send that for grading. Or like dig through time, retro foil, send it for grading. It's the same thing with other TCGs. Pokemon, they're not sending everything. Maybe in the COVID era, they're freaking sending even like a first edition energy card. They're sending it to PSA, but yeah, just specific ones. So that's why I kept mentioning, I kept hammering down with this grading magic cards will be the next wave, and I think nobody's talking about it that much. So that's why I'm like in multiple videos now. I keep saying I'm gonna start grading cards, and only I'm targeting specific ones, not a lot, not all, and because you gotta think, you gotta if we want Magic to stay on top, to stay number one and be better in like all other TCGs, because think about it, Magic and well, Pokemon is like everywhere. Grading Pokemon is like a big deal. Like alongside with sports cards, in any sports card convention, you will see alongside with it, Pokemon and sports cards. There's no Magic, nothing. And like I said, this new wave of collectors, this new wave of this high valued, very hard to pull cards. There's gonna be a time when, like, probably 5, 10 years, this whole grading thing will be normalized, and I really hope it will, because I think it's a leg up. This will be a next step for Magic. That it will be more collectors will jump in the whole collecting Magic thing, because many people are like, these cards will be in demand. in my opinion. So, like I said, but you got, I think you have to differentiate how people collect in Pokemon and how will people collect these grading cards in Magic. That it's definitely true that more players in Magic than Pokemon. So there's certain cards that it's not a good idea to grade them because they're like highly played, and they're played a lot, right? They're played a lot. Like, to give you guys an example, um, I want to say, let's just say, like the big cards, right? In Commander, let's say a Mox Diamond, right? A Mox Diamond, approximately right now, 500-600 mint, right? Very mint. Mox Diamond, unless it's like spotless that you think that it might get a 9 or 10. I don't think I would grade a Mox Diamond. Yeah, even like the high value, and this is like a legit reservist card, right? So unless it's like spotless, like you think that it might get a 10, I wouldn't grade Mox Diamond. And same thing with all the dual lands, all Guy's Cradle, what else? Lion's Eye Dime. Basically every reservist cards that's highly played in Commander, I wouldn't grade. No, I wouldn't grade. And all of the cards that are special, right? We were talking about, like, oh yeah, just grade the special cards. Like, what's a good example? Let's say Secret Lair, right? So Secret Lair, Marvel. So they got these Manamorphos, Storm. They got like Jessica's Will, very playable red card, right? And it's Storm, Ice Storm, let's say Lightning Bolt, right? So these are very cool piece. And yes, I am grading Marvel cards, but not all. And those are the cards that I am not grading, because it's specific, right? So Jessica's Will, I mean, yeah, it has like a cool Storm art, but it's you would rather have that being played in a sleeve. You wouldn't technically like grade those spell cards, Manamorphos, but unless it has a cool art that, oh wow, that's a Marvel card. So it's nothing like just Magic, Magic collector. It's more about now all of these Marvel fans that would like to have like a Storm, a Wolverine, or a Captain America that's like graded, and then wow, that's a Magic card. Wow, I'm a big fan of Iron Man, and I want to collect those Iron Man cards. You know what I'm saying? So um, I don't know if it's going to be a thing, or if this is going to be like big in the next 5-10 years. Who knows? But I think that the fact that it's like the fact that many people are not considering it, the fact that many people like don't consider you know slabbing any Magic the Gathering cards. I think that's one of the reason to get into it. And for me, and like I said, I'm gonna show you guys the cards. I think I showed you guys already some of the cards I'm grading. So I'll show you guys really quick. I know I've shown this like multiple times already, but so these are the cards I am grading. GameStop, right? Because it's very convenient. So I think I hope that Magic will be this new um, grading Magic cards will be a new thing in the next 5-10 years, because I mean I'm really jealous on what's going on with Pokemon, that they can just grade any Pokemon, and somewhere out there will consider buying a very clean Umbreon or a very clean EV, because that's their favorite Pokemon, and they wanted just a clean copy, right? So I really hope that Magic will be in the same boat of Pokemon. So so this so these are like just a few cards that I'm grading. So Miraculous of Guild. I'm grading this because this is my childhood card. So yeah, I mean it's a I went through like hundreds of copies of this, so I'm sending this one. So now this one, look at this demonic tutor, right? So the same post as the guy, the modern card that's asking, should I grade this? So this is a revised version of demonic tutor. So technically, very highly played in Commander. So why would I grade this? Because I think this is a very clean copy of Demonic Tutor, and it has a shot in getting a PSA 10. And the fact that this is a revised card, I mean, it's nothing like Unlimited, Beta, or Alpha, right? It's still an old card Magic, and nowadays it's very hard to find a very clean copy of these old cards. So that's why I'm sending this one. So we got that, and then I have two rings over here. So I got these, the One Ring, right? So we've been talking about universes and beyond, and I think if you are a Lord of the Rings fan, right? Lord of the Rings, this is basically the card that you want to collect from that, Lord of the Rings is the freaking One Ring. So these cards have like a shot of getting at least a 9, but in getting a 10, it will be nice, a collector piece to get these in slabbing these, right? So I got the One Ring there, and then of course I got the Marvel cards, right? So I'm sending these Marvel cards. So I got the treasure. I'm grading a freaking treasure Iron Man, right? Look at this. The reason why I'm grading this is like if you're playing in a commander and you need a treasure token, right? I don't know, you can just like pull one of this, and then you can just like put like a dice, right? So yeah, so check this out. Yeah, I'm grading this one. It's a cool piece too, because like I said, if you are a Iron Man fan, this would be a cool piece uh, in a grade slab, right? Commander's Plate. Now this one is a very playable commander card, but the fact that, oh my god, that art looks sick. And if you're an Iron Man fan, jeez, man, that's insane. That's why I'm grading this foil. All these are foil. And then obviously Soul Ring. Soul Ring, the most iconic card in Commander, Soul Ring. And it's a freaking heart of Iron Man. That's a no-brainer if you're a fan of all, man. And then the Commander itself, the Iron Man. So I'm grading that. The Doctor is here. What's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. I thought about selling at least 2 of the 4 One Rings I have. 2? Oh, at least 2 of the 4 One Rings. Oh, there you go. I mean, probably people, the reason why they're selling their One Ring is they're thinking of like the One Ring getting banned. But like I said, I mean, I don't care about like getting it banned, because like I'm more about like collecting these, not personally for me, but people that collect like all these IPs, right? They would want like a clean copy. And yeah, I'm gonna start this new wave, man. New wave of grading Magic cards. And then this one, so we go to Wolverine. So check this out. These are unnatural growth. Yeah, unnatural growth. Groot. Look at that. It's freaking Wolverine. Check that stance, man. Jeez. So if you're a freaking Marvel fan and you see like a freaking Wolverine Groot, that's a sick art, man. That is freaking sick art. So I'm grading both of them. And then I have same thing. I know it's a spell, I know it's a very nice card, but man, the fact that the name Berserk, I mean, if you guys play X-Men versus Street Fighter back then, I mean, one of his what was it, like Berserker Barrage, Berserker Barrage, right? So that's a cool piece too. And then having the Wolverine art right there. So that's why I'm grading Berserk. Like I said, only specific cards, not every card. And then obviously the Wolverine foil, I'm grading it. So if you're playing Commander and you have a Wolverine Commander, that could be like your, I guess, masterpiece, right? And then I'm grading the Arcane Signet. This came free. This came free on the secret lair if you spend like $200. I mean, highly played card in Commander, but the fact it's freaking Avengers, man. Like I said, if you're a Marvel fan, Avengers, there you go. And then the only Storm card I'm grading is this one, the Commander. So I'm not grading a lot of the Storm cards, like Lightning Bolt, Jessica's Will, because I feel like the art is so cartoonish and it's not. You can't even see Storm, in some of them, and I don't know. That's why I'm only grading the actual Storm card, nothing else. And then the other cards is just like Pokemon cards, nothing too big, but yeah. So I sent cards to GameStop and I actually got them already. I guess my first order I got them within 1 month, and I'm still waiting for my sports cards. It's already graded, so I'm just waiting for them to ship it so I can pick it up. So yeah, I mean, very convenient. I don't know if I'm gonna add more because this is like over 10 cards already. So yeah, I mean, I have so much cards behind me that I can just grade. But like I said, I'm not grading all the cards. I'm only grading specific cards that I think once it's graded in a high grade, there's someone out there that may want to collect some of these Marvel cards to just put in their collection because it's a cool piece. It's a collector items, right? It's nothing, it's nothing like the whole playability thing, which it is in Magic. I mean, in Pokemon, they have like big tournaments, right? And people still play Pokemon, but the ratio of players and collectors is so opposite with Magic and Pokemon, So, but hopefully, eventually, we will be better than that. We will be. I don't want to get the whole scalpers thing with Pokemon. If you guys saw that video in like Target, because if anytime there's like a good sale in Pokemon, I mean, people are going crazy in like GameStop, Best Buy. Everyone's like giving information on like where is the next drop on this. Where can I order? People are just scouting, and then once they see like a freaking good value, they will like scalp the whole thing. Um, I mean, I guess eventually, if Magic, which they are going to make all these more collectible now. I mean, in the next few years, all of these new cards will be highly desirable, and yeah, I mean, hopefully, grading Magic cards will be a massive thing because it's. I think it's important. I think it's what's missing with Magic. Honestly, I think Saffron made a comment about it that slabbing isn't really a big thing in Magic because we play the cards, which is true, but all the old cards were once a modern card. Nobody's paying attention, and we just play those cards. We just why grade it? I mean, I just rather just play it, right? So now it's the opposite. Like, oh, we only should grade like old cards. Why would you grade a modern card? So eventually, all of these modern cards, all of these, I don't know, fancy glitter, serialized cards will be old. Yeah, and they will be like highly desirable. So yeah, I mean, it would make sense to keep some of those in high quality, and preserving it is definitely grading it. So I don't know who made that comment. If you ain't playing it, grade it. That's like a cool motto in like a freaking grading company, right? If you're not playing it, grade it. There you go, right? So yeah, I just really want to make an official video about grading cards because MTG Goldfish already mentioned it and put it in one of their segments in their video. And then there's many, and I mean many Reddit posts about the whole grading cards, and the comments, it's all the same, basically all the same. No, don't grade it. It doesn't make sense. This is not Pokemon. Man, we don't have to be Pokemon. We have to be Magic. We have to be freaking on top of all of these TCGs, man. And grading is the one that's, I think, we're missing in Magic. If you think about it, if this is normalized, if this is a mainstream now, that I'm making, like I said, I'm making this new wave of grading cards. I'm making it official. I'm grading Magic cards. This will be added to all of the sports conventions, all of the Pokemon conventions. They will have all of these Magic cards, graded Magic cards, and specifically the universes and beyond, like the One Ring, Marvel cards, and man, we're getting like a freaking Spider-Man. So yeah, I mean Warhammer, we got Doctor Who. So I mean, if this is like a new mainstream, and hopefully it is, man, we will see graded Magic cards all over the convention. So that is a massive thing, like a massive, and people will be asking, oh, what where can you get that Storm card? Oh wow, that's a cool piece. And then people say, oh, this is a Magic card. Magic card. You know what I'm saying? It's not a Marvel card. Like, the back, it's not a Marvel card. It's a freaking Magic the Gathering card. And they will start asking, where can I get it? Where can I open it? Things like that. So now they will consider buying into it and discover Magic, man. So yeah, I just want to make a video about it. I know it's a very weird topic for Magic because, man, I mean, nobody really grades Magic, or very, very few. Mikhail, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream for the $5 super chat all the time, always. Mikhail, man, morning blessings to my brother. There you go. Have you checked out my TCG player? Holy shit! Last night I think I listed like, I want to say like 100, 200, or maybe even 300 cards. I don't know. I was like, man, this is crazy, man. This is crazy. But I need to catch up, and I have more. I have more to list. So yeah. I mean, getting prepared for that. What is it? Holiday TCG player. So that's gonna be it. I think we'll probably save more for tomorrow's topic. I know, like I said, it's not a very, very popular, but hopefully many people will consider it. I know people will say like, "Oh, it's a scam." Why? Even in Pokemon, people from Pokemon talk about like grading cards. It's a freaking scam, you know. But I think if you look into sports cards, right? They, like, obviously the value will be there, but it's the preserving the quality of the card. So these cards, these old cards, were once modern, and think about if they started grading back then, they can preserve a lot more Alpha Black Lotus, a lot more Alpha cards, Beta cards, Unlimited cards, Arabian Nights cards. They can preserve majority of them. And they always, we talked about like, oh, back then, we don't play sleeves, we just play in the freaking curb, playing Magic cards, right? Imagine if grading was a thing back then. It's like I said, the value is there, but it's preserving the quality, preserving I mean, Magic is already established. It's gonna be here for for a long, long time. And one way to preserve it is really grading it, man. So these modern cards is now modern, but it's not gonna be modern in like 10, 15, 20, 50 years. They're gonna be considered old cards, and they're gonna be harder and harder to get. And if you need a card, boxes, sealed boxes might not be there anymore. It's going to be hard in the next, like, 20, 25, 50 years. But you can see a graded of the card that you can get on that box. So I don't know. Uh, Tell me I'm wrong, but I think this is what I'm doing. This is going to be the next step for me is grading cards. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, please consider liking this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification so you don't miss any video. And with that, my baby's awake. Okay. Anger out, boys. Peace.